Hey guys, Lizardlea here for day 2 of the Stonehenge Bookmark. I'm showing it to you upside down because I'm smart like that. So that's the progress I made. Looking at pictures online and comparing a completed piece to mine, like I have a picture of this and then I lowered the opacity on the picture I got from Google or whatever, and I overlaid them so they were the same size. It should fit. If it doesn't, we all can have a great time making fun of me. So, yay for that. Don't really have much to talk about. Finished Chinese Phoenix earlier, which was really nice. And at the moment, Celestial Gathering is in the lead. It's 2% ahead of the Wizard and the Dragon. I cannot remember what it's called. I don't know why. But I don't even think of... Why is my phone going off? Oh. Hey? What's up? That's going to be the end of Stonehenge Day 2. That's as far as I got. I only got about an hour's worth of footage. So, you know, my bad. I work tomorrow from 9 to 2 p.m., so I won't be stitching in the morning, but I'll get home and I probably will finish this. There's barely any left, and after 2 p.m. I have a solid 4 or 5 hours of daylight, so. And then I have the rest of my schedule for next week. Well, Saturday I work 11:45 to 4:45. Tuesday is 9 to 1. Wednesday is 5:30 to 9:30, so I'll stitch in the morning. Thursday is 9 to 1:30, so I'll stitch in the afternoon. And Friday is 1:30 to 6 p.m., so I'll stitch in the morning. Probably won't stitch at all later that night, because 6 p.m. Like, Wednesday's 5:30 to 9:30. Like, I have time in the morning. Friday, 1:30 to 6. Like, that's some prime stitching time, you know? But, so far Celestial Gathering is still in the lead, but tomorrow I'm still going to be working on this. So, I won't start stitching a big project until Sunday. So, there's still a chance another one could win. But I highly doubt it. I'm just saying, like, I think you'd have to have at least 2 people vote on the wizard one in order for it to pass Celestial Gathering. And that's assuming people don't, no one else votes on Celestial Gathering. So, Yeah. This is what the pattern looks like so far. It almost looks like a rainbow. I love it. Tessa wants in. Hey, baby. Just in time to sign off and take all the credit, right? Yeah. Just in time. Oh, that's an accounting term. It's a way to account for inventory. JIT. And then FIFO and LIFO. Huh? Yeah, I'm such a nerd. In a cross-stitching video, I'm talking about accounting stuff. No, you want me to hold you? Okay. So yeah, this video is super short, but, you know, better something than nothing. So I'm going to edit this, add in some music, and then I'll save Phoenix Day 8 while I'm sleeping. I'll start uploading it when I wake up, and then I'll start saving this tomorrow morning, and then while I'm at work, and then as soon as I get home, I'll upload it. You know, I'll start uploading it to YouTube, and then I'll start stitching. 2 p.m. Yeah, I can get some stitching in. I got a comment on Instagram asking if I would talk more while I'm stitching. The biggest problem with that is I go from, 5 to 8 hours of footage down to 1 hour. So, I can upload it at a fairly reasonable amount of time to YouTube and also saving it in the program. Sometimes that takes longer than the upload. It just depends. That would make my videos way longer. And like looking at the statistical analysis of my channel, in the last 28 days, the majority of people watch 10 minutes of one of my videos. And then in the lifetime, people watch about 5 minutes of my videos. So, at least in my opinion, that seems like people aren't too big on my long videos. I'm going to keep them however long they're going to show up to be, but I don't want like a 2-hour long video. That would take forever to save, and then forever to upload, and then forever to process. So, but, like, I've told you guys several times, give me some topics, and I'll talk about it in the end. If you guys want, I can talk, after I've finished, I can do narration. Like, my stitching will still be flying by at 8 times the speed it normally is, but I can be talking instead of playing music. I mean, you guys would have to give me something to talk about. And one of the things she asked was to do some cross-stitch tags, and she linked me to a video, and it was similar to the one I've done, where I was tagged and I, answered a bunch of questions. But I haven't been tagged in any since, so, I haven't really been trying to go out of my way to find one to do it myself, because I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be tagged in one of those. I mean, obviously, I guess they all start somewhere, but, I start stitching pretty early in the morning, and then as soon as I'm done editing, I go to bed. I don't have a ton of time to go search for a bunch of things that people want me to. So, if you guys would be interested in me doing that, send me the questions, and I will happily answer them in narration after, like what I'm doing right now. Instead of editing music in after what I'm doing, I could start talking, and, you would hear it. It's up to you guys. Like, I have officially stopped listening to the music before I put it in a video. Seriously, Tiger of the Heavens Day 11 will haunt me for the rest of my life. Like, that was just one of the worst experiences I've ever had. I don't care if the music is horrible and crappy, or 2 months early for Christmas time. I'm done. Like, I'm gonna take songs that require no attribution, so I don't have to worry about that crap, and then they're gonna go in my video, and woo! Although, I did get a copyright claim on it was Chinese Phoenix Day 7. One of the songs had a copyright claim, and I disputed it, and I was like, I got this from the YouTube audio archive, I don't know what's going on. And they immediately, accepted that and took the copyright claim off, and I'm good now, but, there's always a chance that won't work, and eventually I'll probably run out of songs from YouTube's archive. And usually when I repeat a song, it's either one that's like 15 minutes long because it's 11 o'clock at night and I just want to go to bed, so I'm putting in a long song, or it's an accident. Like, a lot of the songs that I've reused are classical songs, like, Beethoven and songs for ballet and all that, so sorry, but a repeated song is better than silence. But, if you guys did want me to do that, I would probably end around 8 o'clock-ish rather than 9-ish. Although some days I stop at 7, so, I don't always go until I'm ready to go to bed. I'd be willing to do that. I just, I need things to talk about. I would need questions to answer, because I already do so much for these videos, and constantly having to go and find questions in order to answer them would take a lot of time. And, I tell you guys, hey, I have 7 hours of footage. Like, I was working that whole time, except for, the 20 minutes where I'm with Tessa, but come on now. The more time I spend doing other things than stitching, the less time you get to see me actually stitching, So, I'm just saying. Like, if everybody wants me to do these things, I'll have to, but I had something else I was going to talk about. Oh, I was thinking of getting, a free cross stitch that's like, or, free pattern that's like itty bitty, and then just, not fast forwarding through any of it, just stitching the whole thing live, and possibly, if I can fit, like, I'd have the pattern here, and then the fabric here, so then you could see, as I'm working, you can see what each stitch looks like, and then, I can mark it so you can see what I've done. Because I've been getting questions from a couple people about, quarter stitches and 3/4 stitches, and, words only help so far, and then pictures only help so far. Having a video where you're actually seeing it happen live would probably be really helpful. I did some stitching in, was it Cross Stitch Knowledge number 1? Maybe it was number 2. I think it was number 1. I think it was number 1. I was doing stitches, but I wasn't, like, really following the pattern. I was just doing huge X's, and I wasn't doing the right colors. This time I would do the right colors. I mean, heck, maybe I'll find one that has anchor listed, and then I can, pull up a conversion chart and be like, here's the anchor number, there's the DMC that I need. Boom. And obviously you can do it the other way, so you don't only go anchor to DMC, you can go DMC to anchor. But I use DMC, I don't have any anchor, so, But, I was thinking of doing that. Maybe I'll do that on one of the days I have barely any time. Maybe Friday? I can live stream on YouTube. Like, I can video and it can come up immediately, which would be freaking awesome if we could all agree on a time, and if I had a friend who would come over and check the comments while I stitched. Because, if I stop reading a bunch of comments, like, everyone's just gonna, oh, hey, look, nothing's happening. But, you know, I'll probably never do that. I doubt it. But it'd be fun if it was a small one, you know. I'm getting really sleepy. Yeah, work was difficult yesterday, so I'm a little worried about tomorrow, but as far as I know, we won't be having to do announcements over the intercom every half hour. I was gonna say something else and I don't remember now. I don't remember. Did you have anything to say, Tess? Huh? Can you guys see her? Yeah, you can. Do you have anything to say? Ooh. No, you're just looking at my face? Oh, now you're looking at my hand. No, you're looking at my face again. She looks right at me. She is very polite. Huh? Oh, gonna join me after all, huh? Go help me sign off? I watched the first episode of The Man in High Castle. Is that what it was called? Let me check. Don't want to lie to you guys. Yeah, The Man in the High Castle. It's really interesting because they have the Germans have taken over the west coast of the U.S. and the Japanese have taken over the east coast. No, I think I have that backwards. I think the Japanese have the west coast and the Nazis have the west coast. Yeah, San Francisco was the one taken over by the Japanese. Sorry, so that would be the west coast, the Japanese, and the west. Sorry. It's really interesting, like, just imagining being in that world where, like, Hitler was the boss. Like, I mean, it's terrifying. Way more terrifying than it is interesting. But I kind of hope he gets, like, assassinated or something. Because that would be awesome to see. Oh, wow. There is a second episode. I watched the first one before the sun came up and while I was eating breakfast. So, I wasn't stitching at all because I try to watch shows I've already seen before because it makes it less distracting for me. But I'm excited to watch the second episode. I want to see more. It was weird. I don't know how I feel about, like, who I assume is to be the main character, because at first he seems like a good guy, and then at the end you're like, wait, is he like a double agent, or is he like a triple agent? Like, I don't know. It's interesting. But what I was most excited about was the guy who plays Garth on Supernatural is in it, and I love that actor. He is hilarious. And I mean, he's not super funny in the show because, I mean, it's about Nazis. That's not hilarious. But I like him as an actor. So when I saw he was in it, I was like, ah! I want to watch this really, really badly now. He doesn't play a big part, at least in the first episode, but he's in it, so who cares? Oh man. Nazis. Like, they have pictures, or like in the show, they show views of I'm assuming it's New York Square, New York Square. I think that's what it's called. I've never been in New York, so I have no idea. But it's that area where there's a bunch of pictures all over all the buildings, and there's one building right in the front. And it has a swastika, like, huge on the side. So, like, the Nazis control that. And it was so weird to hear white dudes with American accents saying, "Hail Hitler." Like, it was so weird because you're just like, it's only German people, or, people with German accents that say that. But, America is being controlled by Hitler now, so it's crazy. And I guess it was based off of a book, which is really interesting. So hopefully, you know, they do the book justice. I haven't read it, but more often than not, the book is better than the show or the movie. Like, I haven't seen it, but I've heard a lot of people really like the Game of Thrones TV show. But, you know, I do have the audiobooks for the first 5 Game of Thrones books. It's Song of Ice and Fire. Every time I think that, I want to say Fire and Ice, because that just sounds better. A Song of Fire and Ice. Maybe it's because that makes it alphabetical. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. So you put fire in front of, you know, before ice. That, oh my goodness. So, I don't know how many of you guys had to work on like group projects and other things like that. But I remember for the longest time, a lot of people always wanted their name to be first. And I was always like, no, we're doing it alphabetically by last name. Like, that keeps it, you know, completely neutral. You don't have the person who worked the hardest at the front or, you know, simply typed it up at the front. You know, you have everybody's names in alphabetical order. There's no preference for anybody. Oh, so, like, I mean, I've told you guys I have a bit of OCD. I like things that are alphabetized and categorized and have order. So, if I ever write a book and I have words that, you know, one does not have to be in front of the other, they'll be alphabetical. The first letter that appears in the alphabet will be the first word, and then the other word. That's how I roll. I'm crazy, huh, Tess? She swallowed, but it looked like she nodded. That's what it looked like. Okay, I've been talking for like 20 minutes. I'm making this video way longer than it was originally. I think I'm actually talking longer than what the video before was with me stitching. Sorry. Didn't do that on purpose. I just talk a lot. So, tomorrow I won't video until after work. Hopefully I had a good day. I really, really hope people aren't mad at me from yesterday. I tried really hard. It was only my 4th day and there were so many things I've never done before. And I'm sorry. Please don't hate me. I bet you none of them will ever see this, but still. At least you know, I'm putting it out there. Although usually I do apologize. I'm like, I'm sorry, thank you for helping me, you know. Okay. I need to stop talking. So, subscribe, share, like, comment, all that jazz. And Tessa and I will see you in the next video. Oh, what, baby? Oh, you're purring. Oh, you're sliding. You good? Brrr. Oh, that booty. Get that booty in the air. Oh, gosh. Oh, that booty. Oh, that booty. Give me kisses. That's a good note to end on, right? I got denied.